Yes, people, I started the gym with slow progress. I started each week doing the same weight. I never felt like anything was happening. I looked in the mirror and I never felt bigger. I never felt like I had muscular. At the same time, I was eating shit foods. I was eating pizzas every day. I had my mum's cooking. I had chicken nuggets. I had chips. I had it all. I had whatever foods I could get my hands on. I also never slept. Instead, I stayed up. I played video games and I just wasted all my time that I had. And what this did was over 6 months, from just going to the gym every day, it just allowed me to have bad results. I didn't gain muscle, instead I gained fat. I didn't look in the mirror and felt proud, instead I felt shame. I looked in the mirror and I just saw a guy with more spots than he had before, bigger cheeks than he had before, and a bigger belly than he had before. I wasn't even that much stronger than I was before, and I just had all these bad benefits. And hi, my name's Keto. 2 years ago I started this gym journey. I started as a skinny, frail kid. I was sad, I was lonely. I didn't really have anyone to talk to back then and relate to. Now I've changed it all. I'm in good shape now. People come up, people compliment me. I left my house yesterday, straight away my neighbour gave me a compliment about my physique. So it just feels brilliant to have that. But I know how hard it is at the start of the journey. I know how low and how I just felt the pain and how slow the progress is. But to change that, click the link in the description now, as you will get my help for free on changing that. I will give you a free coaching session to change that and to start building your physique. As I was saying, I never saw the progress back then. I didn't know what I was doing wrong, but I never saw the progress. I started researching, I started searching up videos, seeing lectures about how to actually gain muscle, how muscle gaining actually works. I found that eating these bad foods, eating the sugars, eating the chocolates, eating the pizzas, eating these foods that are processed, it means I'm going to gain fat. These foods, I found that these foods, every time I eat them, it is converted into fat in my body. So essentially, I'm just punishing myself every time I eat a crisp, every time I eat a chocolate. And it's poison, as it's making me fat. Once I found this out, I realised I've done everything wrong. All this dirty bullshit of eating ice cream, of eating any food I wanted, it was stupid. It just didn't benefit me at all. So I looked more into it and I found the best thing I can do. And it was eating actual natural foods. Eating the foods Mother Nature made for us. The foods I ate back then was, the foods I ate when I was eating the foods Mother Nature made was things like eggs, meats, vegetables, fruit. I had a variety, but not a broad variety like I used to. Instead, I kept strict to single ingredient foods. I went on the single ingredient diet. What this allowed me to do was actually gain muscle. It meant I actually had the nutrients my body wanted to gain the muscle, instead of just gaining fat. It gave me so much more energy. I felt brilliant when I was eating these natural foods. I felt like I could run forever. I felt like I could work out twice a day. And this improved my gym sessions a lot. As I actually showed up to each gym session, I was always consistent with it. And then once I started showing up, I started training at high intensity. And the higher intensity you train at, the bigger you go to failure, is the better it's going to be. As the goal in the gym, I found out, was to burn the muscles, was to tear the muscles essentially. That's what you're doing in the gym, you're tearing the muscles fiber. Then when you're recovering, when you're sleeping, that's when the muscles actually get built. As the muscles build back, and they build back a little bit bigger than before. And the second thing I was doing wrong, I weren't sleeping enough. So I started burning my muscle fibers. I started eating the good foods. I started training hard. But until I started sleeping right, I never saw a progress, as I didn't give my body time to recover. I didn't give my body time to build back up a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. So I found I have to sleep 7 to 8 hours each night. I have to go to bed by a certain time and I have to wake up by a certain time. I have to have a set schedule. So I started being more strict to myself. I started not allowing myself to stay up and play those video games. I didn't sit on TikTok until 2 a.m. Instead, I started having discipline. I started taking accountability for my life. I started just going to bed at 10, 11? I started waking up at like 7, 8, around there. And it allowed me to just build this brilliant physique. And at the time, I was having to make sacrifices. I couldn't play Fortnite with my friends every night. This was a sacrifice I was having to make. But now, instead of playing Fortnite every night, this is what I get. I get this good physique. I get to look in the mirror and feel pride. And I know for a fact it was 100% worth the sacrifice. I know my friends who didn't make that sacrifice, who carried on playing the video games. And I see them now, and I see me, and I just feel so glad I'm me. I feel so glad that I back then made that sacrifice, so now I can be in this good physique and I can do what I want. So you gotta eat right, you gotta sleep right. These two things are gonna help you gain the muscle. These two things is the factors that's gonna get you big and get you in good shape. As once I started eating right, once I started eating natural foods, these single ingredient foods, I started to get a lot bigger. And once I started sleeping, I started to get a lot bigger again. So they clearly work. As when you're eating right and you're sleeping right, you're gonna recover properly and you're gonna get the right foods and your muscles are gonna build. So please start eating right, start sleeping right. Get 7 to 8 hours a night. You can easily do it, just set a schedule. Thank you for watching, see you in the next video.